dear students. Welcome to this session. In this session, I will start with the lesson cell. Under the cell, we will be studying about the structure and the functions of the cell. The topics to be covered in this lesson are Introduction to cell. We will understand the discovery of cell, number of cells, and also we learn about the parts of cells. Under that, we learn about cell membrane, cytoplasm, as well as nucleus. We learn to compare the plant cell and animal cell. The difference between the plant cell and animal cells are also included. Let us start with the introduction to cell. Have you ever heard about what is cell or the word cell? What is meant by cell? I am sure the one cell which you all are aware is the cell phone which we use. Correct? Then what is the other cell? It means a room. A cell means a room. You can say it also a small block. This room also can be said compared to a small block. Correct? It is looking like a compartment. Now, when it comes to the living organisms, then what is cell? It is nothing but the building blocks of all the living organisms. I repeat, the cells are nothing but the building blocks of all the living organisms. Correct? So now I'll give you an example. Think that you want to construct a home, right? You want to construct a home which is having the many rooms. Then how do you construct that building or how do you construct that house? You construct the house with the help of bricks, correct? You construct the house with the help of bricks. So here the bricks are considered as the building blocks of the house. That means to construct the house we need bricks. So these bricks are considered as the building blocks for this house. Correct? In a similar way, when we talk about a living organism, the living organisms may be the human being or maybe the plant or maybe an animal. When we talk about the living organisms, all these living organisms, they are made up of something. That something is called as cell. And now these cells are considered as the bricks because we have seen that to construct a house it is required. There's so many bricks are required to construct a house. Correct? Similarly, to construct the body of a living organisms, there is requirement of so many cells. So many cells they constitute to form the body of a living organism. Clear? So now let us understand what is cell, how does the cell look like, or what are the functions of cell. Then what is cell? The cell is the structural and the functional unit of life. I repeat, the cell is nothing but the structural and the functional unit of life. When I say structural unit, that means the structure of a living organism. I was showing you the living organisms. The examples which we have seen was the human beings as well as human beings. Correct? And we have seen the plants and also we have seen the animals. Correct? So when I talk about the structure, that is the structure of the living organisms, maybe the structure of human being or maybe the plant or maybe the animal. Correct? The basic structure of the living organisms, the living organisms are basically made up of cells. And so many cells together they combine to form the structure of the human beings. It is not the cells, finally all the cells they together combine to form tissues. They form tissues and tissues combine to form organs. And organs together form an organism. This you will be learning in the further classes. But for now you understand what is cell. Correct? So the whole system, the whole living organism system is made up of cell. It is made up of cell. So now I was talking about structural unit. Now, when I talk about the functional unit, it means that all the functions which are being done by the body of living organisms. For example, the functions like the digestion, correct? The digestion is a process, it is a function which is taking place inside the body. Respiration, it is also a function taking place inside our body. Circulation, it is also a process which is taking place inside our body, correct? So all these activities or the functions which are performed inside the body of a living organism is because of the presence of cell. It is all because of the presence of the basic unit called cell. So the cells actually they perform these activities, and that is the reason that other processes like it may be any other processes apart from this, so all these processes are taking place inside the body of the living organism. Clear? So what is cell? Cell is called as the structural and the functional unit of life. Clear? So why this picture is here? I'll tell you later why this picture is depicted here. So before that, there is a question. There is one more question, that is how the cell was discovered. We was understanding about cell, but we should also understand how the cell was discovered. It is very interesting to know the discovery of cell. So what happened was there was a scientist by the name Robert Hooke. He was the Robert Hooke. There was a scientist by the name called Robert Hooke. Around 1665, Robert Hooke discovered the cell, and he was the first person to discover the cell. But somewhere around 1661, I repeat, somewhere around 1661, a person by the name King Charles, of England, he asked Sir Christopher to make a series of microscopical studies. I repeat, around 1661, a person by the name King Charles of England, he asked Sir Christopher to make the series of microscopical studies. He wanted Sir Christopher to make the detailed note on microscopical studies. That means using the microscope, he should observe. Who should observe? Sir Christopher should observe the tiny objects, and he should prepare a detail of what he is observed with the help of that microscope. Clear? This Christopher, he wants to observe the tiny object, and he want to prepare a detail of what he is going to observe under the microscopes according to the King Charles. But Sir Christopher was busy with the other works during that time, so he handed over these observations to an upcoming scientist called as Robert Hooke. King Charles gave the work to Sir Christopher, but Sir Christopher, he has handed over this work to an upcoming scientist called Robert Hooke. Now, the Robert Hooke was very young. He was very young during that time, and he was also interested in doing this microscopical studies. What Robert Hooke did was, he was observing all the tiny things under the microscope, and he was noting down all the details based on his observation. Means whatever he observed under the microscope, he was noting down the observations in a book. But as Robert was very much interested in doing all these works, he put lot of effort and find the self-designed microscope. There was a microscope before, but to observe the things very clearly, the tiny things very clearly, the microscope should be still more efficient. So Robert Hooke put that effort, and he found a self-designed microscope. And with the help of that microscope which the Robert designed, he observed the large number of micro objects. Who observed? The Robert Hooke observed many number of micro objects. And while he was observing this, out of Robert's interest, he observed the cork. I tell you, he observed the cork. What is meant by cork? Actually, the cork is the bark of the living tree. I repeat, the cork is nothing but the bark of the living tree. So, Robert tried to observe the small pieces of cork, the bark of living tree, correct? So, he observed a small piece out of that cork under the microscope, and he found something. He found the structures like honeycomb. You have seen, right, the structures, the honeycomb in the previous slide I have shown you. So this is how the honeycomb structures look like, correct? And as he observed a structure like honeycomb, which was having the empty spaces, and these empty spaces are also surrounded by, they were also surrounded by the cell walls. So these walls, we call it as cell walls. It was surrounded by the cell walls. Actually, these are the empty spaces. The cell walls contain the empty spaces, because while he took the bark, that is a cork of the tree, he chose the dead plant tissue. Hence, there was nothing inside the empty space. And this space he resembled to the honeycomb. Actually, these empty cells are nothing but the cells which are present in the cork of cork when he was finding out the observations. Clear? So since this cork was dead, what I told, there was nothing inside the cork. There was only empty space which was found inside the honeycomb like structure. Clear? So then the Robert wanted to understand all these in detail. For that experiment, many other cells which were living, he has taken the many other cells which are living. That means as he was chosen the cork of dead tree for the first time for his observation, he found that there was nothing inside the cork. There was empty space. But he wanted to study more or in detail about this experiments, what he was doing during those time. So for that reason he chose the cork of the living trees. Then he concluded that every living organism is made up of such a compartment, and in the living cells the cell compartments are filled with some kind of juices. So when he was observed in the dead tissue, there was nothing here, there was empty thing which was found here, right? But when he observed the same thing under the living tissue, there was something he found some juicy like thing which is found inside, that is called as cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? I'll be explaining you in the next video. For now, you understand a word called cytoplasm. Clear? So this was his observation at the end of all his microscopical studies. Now he called his compartments, the Robert called his compartments as cell, because the word cell means a small room in the Latin word. I repeat, the word cell, it means the small room in the Latin word. Clear? But Robert Hooke did not know what extra things which are present inside the cell, because his microscope was not so efficient to observe the extra things which are present inside this comb-like structure, honeycomb-like structure. However, later many other scientists found the cell organelles which are found inside the cell, and this is how the cell was discovered. Clear? So there are some points also which are given here. You can see whatever the points I have explained, it is given here. That is, he observed the comb-like structure in the bark of living tree, correct? And he also found some of the empty spaces. Those empty spaces were contained by the cell walls, and he resembled those two honeycomb-like structure, correct? Robert termed those empty spaces as cells. So this is how he discovered the cell. So in my next video, I'll be coming with the other topics of the same lesson, children. Until, thank you.